Welcome! This tutorial is intended to be a brief overview over free digital elevation models for you to download. The three DEMs that we are going to download and compare are the SRTM digital elevation model supplied by United States Geological Survey. Its resolution is 1 arcsecond, which is approximately 30 meters per pixel. We will compare this to the Copernicus digital elevation model, and there are three different versions, and the 10 meter per pixel model is very restricted in terms of what professions have access to it. But we will be using the free GLO-30 that has a 30 meter per pixel resolution, nominally the same as the SRTM 1 arcsecond one. We will compare this to the older EU-DEM that Copernicus previously published but has discontinued. It is still available for download from alternative sources. The older EU-DEM boasted a nominally higher resolution of 25 meters per pixel, but we will see when we compare the effect of nominal image resolution versus source data sharpness. We'll begin with SRTM, arguably the most popular one. To be able to download, you must register an USGS account and be logged in. Our previous account having been expired, we can register here. Let's create a new account. So here we can just answer everything. We are an end user. Yes, we will. Presumably this is mostly non-operational work. This should then be engineering, construction, surveying. And here we can just for consistency add also urban planning and rural planning, recreation science, technical training, as well as real estate property management. All right. And here it's a little vague question, but perhaps it should be somewhere between some and most. Do most then. Free and open access is, well, it's more than somewhat, so then it's very important. All right, continue. And then enter these as fit and save. Then submit the registration and then activate your account by clicking on the link in the email that you received to the one that you supplied. Click submit to activate and sign in with your credentials. Going back to the Earth Explorer, now being logged in. We can search for the city, so perhaps then Stockholm, and then enter. Now we have Stockholm Island, Stockholm Estate, Stockholm Island, Stockholm capital of a country. So we click here, now we are there. And zooming in a little here, we see that now we have only one point, the start of a polygon here. We can actually start from the beginning by deleting these coordinates. We can zoom in further, and then we can click use map, and then that will use the viewport of the map as our new polygon. And we can adjust this however we want. Perhaps like this. With the sort of crop polygon defined, we can go to the second tab here, datasets, and then either we could search for SRTM or we can simply expand digital elevation and expand SRTM. And then this first one, the SRTM 1 arcsecond global, that is the latest and it covers the whole of the globe with a nominal resolution of 1 arcsecond, approximately 30 meters per pixel. Let's check this and then we can go to results. And now we see here that for our crop polygon, we have 2 SRTM tiles that we can download. We can also show here by clicking the small image icon there, and we see what area the image tile actually covers. So we see that we need this, although a very little amount of it. And we can also toggle the visibility of the other, and this is what we would download. So we'll download these 2 files. We can click the download options here, and then we want the GeoTIFF file. Very good, then we'll close this window and download the other one, GeoTIFF here as well. Let's close this. Let's move these 2 GeoTIFF files to an appropriate directory, and then we can start QGIS. And here we should start with an OpenStreetMap layer, and then we should position ourselves where we want. And then we should make sure to also select the coordinate reference system that we want to use. In this case, SWEREF 991800, the one that is most accurate for the Stockholm region. And now we can simply click and drag in these into our layer pane here. So here we have them, and we see the very visible seam here. So what we can do is go to raster and miscellaneous and merge these 2. We can go to here and then select all and then deselect the OpenStreetMap layer. With the purposes of this tutorial being only comparative, we are perfectly satisfied with this being saved to a temporary file and not being saved to an actual file. The temporary files will be deleted after we close QGIS, but that is okay. So let's run this, and then we can close this, and then we can compress these and show this one. Very good. Let's just make sure that this is called SRTM, and then we can continue with the next one, the Copernicus GLO-30 one. Downloading this might be viable to do, registering and finding where to do that. There is, however, a nifty way to download the individual tiles without having to bother with the registration of an account and such, and that is simply to download the hosted files directly from the server. So we enter here the server route, so to say. The link will be in the description, and here you see the different datasets, and we are interested in the latest GLO-30 one, the one that has approximately 30 meters per pixel resolution. Then we simply copy this, add a slash here to the URL, paste this, make sure that this slash is replaced by 2 underscores, and then enter. And here we see all the different individual tiles. We'll just wait till the list of all those have loaded. So here we have the site index of all of the individual files. They are all individually compressed in a tar archive, which can be uncompressed with 7-zip. Now, to know which one or which ones we are interested in, we go either to a QGIS project that has a coordinate reference system that uses arc degrees and minutes and seconds to get a notion of which arc degrees we should download, or we can simply go to OpenStreetMap. And then we see here the center of the viewport will be these coordinates, approximately 59 degrees north and 18 degrees east. As such, we can go back to the site index and then we can search for, first then, north, and it was north 59 degrees, wasn't it? And you see that we still have 259 individual tiles to choose from. But then we'll complement that information with perhaps first the 18. So underscore 00 east and then 018 gives us nothing, but this should be a 0 before, and this underscore should be deleted. And here we have it, very good. This one, we can simply copy the whole of that URL and open another tab, paste it and enter. And that will directly download the file, very good. Since Stockholm is situated so very close to the 18th degree east of the meridian, we will probably have to download the 17th as well. So we'll go back here and then we'll search for 17 instead. And click here once to update it, very good. And then we'll copy this, which downloads the second file, very good. And these 2 tar archives we can move to the GLO-30 folder. And then we can paste it here, and these 2 we can go 7-zip and extract to here. And then we'll delete this, and then we can be ready to open this in QGIS. So the digital elevation model, this one into the layer pane, as well as the other one. Let's make sure that they are positioned there. And then we can make sure to merge these as well. We will be merging the Copernicus ones. And it can be saved to a temporary file as well. We'll hide these 2, compress these, change the name of this to GLO-30, and we can immediately compare the GLO-30 one to the SRTM one. The SRTM one sure seems much coarser than the more fine-grained GLO one, although they have the same nominal resolution. The third one for the comparison will be the EU-DEM, so let's go to the alternative source for this one, OpenDEM.info, and as stated here we should press and hold Control and draw a box to select, so we can zoom in here with the scroll wheel, and here we see that we have the same tiles here, so we'll select both of those, and then we can click to download this one and download the second one. And then we can move these downloaded files to a suitable directory. Having uncompressed these, we can delete the archives, and then we'll make sure to add these to the QGIS project as well. And merge these 2. And then we can compress these 2 and show the merged one there. So this is the old Copernicus one, EU-DEM. And it's the new Copernicus one with a resolution of 30 meters per pixel. So the nominal image resolution is actually lower than the 25 meters per pixel of the EU-DEM. But you clearly see that the underlying source data that has been captured yields a very much sharper image. So while the SRTM and EU-DEM have their respective advantages and disadvantages compared to each other, SRTM has a significantly sharper look than the more blurry EU-DEM, but EU-DEM has much more defined coastlines than SRTM had, which really is more a miss than a hit regarding the coastline compared to the EU-DEM, which more accurately follows it, but they are both severely beaten by the GLO-30, which boasts a much more sharper image as well as a more properly defined coastline. So when it comes to digital elevation models with the coverage of the whole globe, the Copernicus GLO-30 is a clear winner and is without reservation the recommended among the three. But one should remember that all three of these are digital elevation models that simply registers the first vertical point of registration, which is why there is a massive height difference between the open areas and the built areas, although the actual terrain of course does not deviate and fluctuate so much. But digital terrain models, where all the buildings and vegetation have been filtered out so that the height values are only the approximative terrain or landscape data, requires significant processing of the raw data, and as such, to our knowledge, there are no digital terrain models that are published on a global scale. Instead, if you're searching for the best digital terrain model for your needs, then we have two tips for you. First, we can go back to the opendem.info page, and then we can close this window and go instead to Open DEM Searcher. Here we can specify if we want to search for high resolution digital elevation models with a resolution of less or equal to 2 meters per pixel, or if we are fine with 2 to 30 meters per pixel. No matter which we choose, we can zoom in, and here you can simply click on the area of your interests, and here we see that we have something for Sweden. And if we click on this link, however, we see that this specific service of the Swedish Surveyors Agency is not functioning, but other countries, depending on where your project is, might have a more suitable here. And as you see, the Scotland Environment Agency offers a digital terrain model with a fantastic 0.5 meter per pixel resolution, which you can download simply by clicking this link. But it is massive, so let's not do that. Nevertheless, the notion is conveyed. You can check this site and see if your region has a digital terrain model with filtered data that might be of interest. It is also possible to check paid map services and see what kind of data they use, because surveying topographical height for landscape and filtering laser data for huge areas is not often an undertaking of private commercial companies, and as such the assumption is that they use free open data and just add a paywall to their service. So we can go here to perhaps this one, and here it is easy enough to see. It even has links what open data this service is using, and we see the Copernicus one that we have declared our recommendation for global coverage, and we also see the SRTM one here, and here we see the Scotland one that we did not download. And you can check this list, or if you find any other list from any other service, and go straight to the source, perhaps Denmark 1.6 meters. So let's choose an area, and here you see that you would have to register an account here, but the data itself should be free to download. Perhaps that suffices for an overview. We also want to conclude with happy news for Swedish architects. Although the height maps of the Swedish Surveyor Agency have been previously free to download for educational use, due to a European Union decision, these data will become open data. It is stated here that no later than February 2025, the data will be published as open data, free of charge. Already now, there is a product list here with free data, where the two items that are of most interest in relation to height maps, the classified but unfiltered laser data, which you yourself can filter in a tool such as LASTools, and also the digital terrain model but restricted to the 50 meter per pixel resolution. Hopefully, before March 2025, also the 1 meter per pixel digital terrain model will be freely available to download. As of now though, both these two, when trying to download these, they yield the same service malfunctioning error as previously. But it is presumably the aim of the Swedish Surveyors Agency to remedy this before the end of February 2025. Until then, the GLO-30, distributed by Copernicus, might still be the most suitable free alternative. Thank you for your time.